everybody. Welcome back to the masculine and feminine balance. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here. This is episode 3. Yes. So in this session, we are going to look at the masculine and the feminine energies together. Okay. In the first 2 episodes, we looked at the feminine and the masculine separately. All right. But here in episode 3, we are going to get combined energies, or we're going to combine it together and see where they both are currently at this time and what their energetic states are, where they are in relation to each other, maybe how they may be mirroring each other, or maybe how they may not be mirroring each other. That's the intention for this session here. Yeah. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Eric. I do have my own channel. I have 2 channels, Divine Conversations and The Mystic Unicorn. Mystic Unicorn is my second and my love channel. Divine Conversations is my general overall channel. And in this series, we are talking about the integration, healing, and balancing of the masculine and feminine energies within you. This may be somewhat twin flamey for you. That is entirely possible. If you do resonate with the twin flame journey, just understand that our intention in this series is not to give you information in terms of an external counterpart, but to give you information in terms of how to bring the counterparts within you together. Yeah, everybody has masculine and feminine energy within, and that is what we are focusing on in this series. All right, guys, so I have a number of cards here that I'm going to use. I want to start with the energy oracle deck. I'm going to get some energies for both the feminine and the masculine respectively. I'll talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to get into some tarot here, and I'm going to use the before and after tarots. The before tarot is going to look at the feminine energy. The after tarot is going to look at the masculine energy. And then I'm going to close out the reading with some oracle guidance from the mystical shaman oracle. Yes? All right, guys, without further ado, let's just get into this here and see what we've got for the collective. Starting with the energy oracle deck, yeah? 5 shuffles here. For the inner masculine and the inner feminine, Spirit, show us where the inner masculine and the inner feminine are at this time. Yeah, that's 2. The inner masculine and the inner feminine. This is 3. Sorry, this is 3. What are the inner masculine and the inner feminine right now at this time in relation to each other? That's 5. All right. Show us where the feminine is, please, Spirit. Just at least one card for the feminine. What's the energetic state of the feminine in relation to the masculine at this time? Ooh. Okay. The feminine has deceit. What I'm hearing is she's focusing on the deceit. She's aware of the deceit, but she's also... What I'm getting here is that the inner feminine energies right now, especially in relation to the masculine, the inner feminine is dealing with a level of deceit right now, but is growing out of it, is starting to get a deeper understanding of it, is starting to heal, is starting to transform. There may even be some energies of releasing any sort of resentment surrounding the deceit that she may have experienced between her and the masculine. I'm also feeling that there's a little twinge of the feminine coming to terms with or coming to grips with how she may have deceived the masculine side. Okay, we have to understand, especially if you resonate with this message in like somewhat of a twin flame way or something like that. We have to understand that even though the masculine gets a lot of the bad reputation for a lot of the things that have happened, over time and through the course of this relationship between the two of them, the feminine is not easy. It's not easy. Well, she's not easy, but also she's not innocent. Okay, the feminine has her own toxicity, has her own situations, had her own reasons to be deceitful. All right, so in terms of the feminine side, the feminine is dealing with this deceit right now. Okay, let's see where the masculine is. So in relation to the feminine, where is the masculine in this spirit? Ooh, wow. Okay, well, we got 3 cards. I'm gonna take all of them. We did get 3 cards. Only 2 of them fell face. Only one of them fell face up, and that's the Angel of Love. So the masculine right now is focused in love, but what I'm hearing here is he is in fact focused on the love that he has and he feels for the feminine, but also he is very much working directly with the angels, the spirit and all that to heal and to focus on love and get into this vibration of love. Okay, we have 2 more cards here for the masculine. Excellent. And this actually takes us back to episode 1, in which we spoke of just the general masculine energies and where the masculine stands in this whole process and this whole situation. So in terms of love, we have the angel of love. So the masculine is working directly with the angels in order to bring balance and harmony, get acquainted, get associated with love. But more specifically, we have the 5th chakra, which is Archangel Gabriel, and the door to personal healing and happiness. And this is the card that came out, one of the main central focuses for the masculine energies when we in the first episode, where we pulled just the general where the masculine is right now. The door to personal healing and happiness was a big part of that message. If you have not watched episode 1 yet, if you're just tuning into episode 3, I highly recommend that maybe you finish this video and then go back and check out both episodes 1 and 2, because that's where we talk about each side of the equation on their own and just get a general overview, okay? But what I'm getting here with this is the masculine is really working with the angels in the realm of love. And this has a lot to do with self-love, okay? And what the masculine is working through or working on right now is expressing himself, being able to be open enough and honest enough to say what it is he truly feels, to go after what it is he truly wants, instead of being stuck in and tied up in karmic energies that keep him in a low vibrational state, that keep him from doing the things or saying the things or being the person that he actually truly is, or that he actually truly wants. There is a lot of unconditionally loving energy pouring down into the masculine right now, coming from the universe. So while the feminine is over on her side of the equation, dealing with energies of deceit, deceitful people, deceitful friends, deceitful family members, internal deceit, like the deceit, her own self-deception, her own deception of the masculine, and then also the ways that the masculine may have deceived her. While she's over in her realm dealing with that right now, the masculine is over on his side of the equation, or over in his realm, working very closely with the angels of love to open himself up to a personal self-expression, greater sense of self-expression that's going to help him open the doorways to personal healing and happiness. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, that's excellent. I want to move forward now, and I want to get into some of the tarot here. And we're going to flesh out, we're going to get a little bit more clarity, a little deeper understanding of what this message is for the collective right now, okay? So we're going to start with the feminine, and we're going to start with the before tarot. Yes? All right. So interestingly enough, overall energy right now underneath the deck, I haven't shuffled yet. I haven't even pre-shuffled for this, but it's calling to my attention, and it really kind of makes sense. For the feminine here, we do have the 10 of Wands as the overall energy right now. So in terms of the feminine energy, it feels like she's finally coming to terms with some things that have been really bogging her down. And these may be ways that she may have been deceiving herself in terms of things, people, circumstances that she needed to carry, or situationships that she still needed to be involved in, this, that, and the third, that really don't serve her, okay? The feminine right now is really dealing with all kinds of levels of deceit, all right? So let's talk about this. I'm gonna give this 5 shuffles and we'll see what we've got for you, yeah? All right, show us a little bit more about the feminine. Can you give us some clarity, please, Spirit, in terms of the deceit that the feminine is dealing with at this time? That's 2. Coming to terms with, balancing, harmonizing, and integrating with. Yeah, this is 3. Don't mind the chickens. This is 4. I live in a very rural area, and I'm surrounded by wild hens and wild roosters, and like, even though I have my doors and windows closed, they're literally right outside my door, so there's really nothing I can do about it. Okay, moving on. This is 4 for the feminine, yeah? Show us this deceit. Give us some clarity on this deceit that the feminine is dealing with right now, and this is 5. All right, some are even dealing with the deceit of people around them, or people around you, okay? Because remember, you guys, we're talking about the inner masculine and inner feminine here. So this is This is really what could be going on within you. Of course, it could be representing what's going on with a divine counterpart external to you, but really the intention is for you to be going within with these messages, right? Now, something that I did just pick up from Deceit here in terms of on behalf of the feminine, some of the deceit that the feminine may be dealing with right now are people that may have been closest to you, that have been around you, that have been trying to guide you or have been leading you in a certain way that has actually taken you further away from the masculine. And in some cases, for some of you, these feel like people that you really, truly trusted, or you put all of your trust and faith into, only to find out that you were being deceived. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that all of that was intentional and malicious. Some of that is a product of the society that we've grown up in that really is just now on the verge, or is just now really dealing with how the feminine energies have been demonized and excommunicated and pushed out and silenced and all that kind of stuff, right? We are in an age of the rise of the feminine here. Okay, so I'm not going to say that this was all intentionally malicious. A lot of it does feel like it came from the conditioning that other people, those people around you that, you may have put so much stock and weight into. A lot of it kind of comes from their own conditioning, right? Okay, good. Overall energy right now for the feminine is the Four of Swords. So the feminine is really in an energy of thinking very hard, or of trying to clear her mind space so she can have a clear understanding of what's really in front of her and what this deceit really means, okay? All right, show us what this, clarify this deceit for the feminine, please, Spirit. Five of Swords. Five of Swords is the first card out, and that is so very appropriate because this is definitely an energy of a lose-lose situation, okay? And what I always say about the Five of Swords is you do not want to engage with the Five of Swords, even though there are people fighting here, even though there is a potential for you to win or come out on top. The problem with the Five of Swords energy in terms of that is even if you do win, you still lost something. The Five of Swords is a lose-lose situation. And so I feel like here for the feminine, there is definitely an energy of desiring to just get out of it. And maybe from the feminine point of view, you were in a place where you wanted to fight back, where you wanted to get back, you wanted to get revenge and all that kind of stuff, but I do not recommend it. And it kind of feels like at this point, the feminine is starting to recognize how detrimental even engaging with these individuals that have been deceitful towards her and deceitful in terms of her relationship and her connection with the masculine. She's finding and she's coming to terms with the fact that maybe she just doesn't want to be involved at all. What I like to say about the Five of Swords energy is whenever you see this, what you really need to do, instead of engaging, what you really need to do is put your sword down and back away slowly, right? No sudden movements, right? Clarify this deceit for the feminine, please, Spirit. Okay, next card out is the Star. Okay, I'm gonna take all of these. All right, overall energy for the feminine right now, in terms of this deceit or where she is at the moment, we do have the Nine of Wands. Battered and bruised, but not giving up, okay? Persevering, pushing through. We started with the Five of Swords here. The next card out is the Star, okay? Followed by the World in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. And then we have two more cards here. The Two of Swords and Judgment. Okay. All right. Give me just a second because I want to pull a little bit more on the World in reverse here with the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. Although actually no, I don't. I absolutely get what this means. Okay, so let's start here then. And remember, keep in mind, the first two cards out were the Five of Swords and the Star, okay? But we'll get back to that in a second. We have the World in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This feels like a past energy for the Divine Feminine or your inner feminine energies. This feels like an energy of not wanting to give up the fight, not wanting to back away, not wanting to move away, not wanting to end the situation or circumstance. Okay, this is the energy that the feminine was stuck in terms of the deceit. And it's all really, it's because of this Five of Swords here. So there was a moment in, the feminine's history where she was trying to fight back. She was trying to get revenge. She was trying to prove her point. But that's not the case any longer. Because it feels like, in terms of this deceitful energy, she is trading this Five of Swords, this combativeness, this revenge type of energy for wish fulfillment and healing, the star. This literally feels like the feminine here is starting to accept the fact that she really, if she's going to be happy, then she has got to put the past behind. She's got to put the past to rest. Finally, you have Judgment with the Two of Swords. And I feel like the Judgment and the Two of Swords are kind of mean two things here. Okay? The first thing that the Judgment and Two of Swords is representing is a judgment call to wake up out of some sense of denial. But it's also a judgment call to say, I am going to be in denial of all of this deceitful energy. Not to say that she's in denial of the fact that things were not deceitful or there was no deceit. No, it's on the contrary. She's going to be in denial of even trying to engage with that deceit any longer, because she is literally trading this Five of Swords combative energy for the star. Wish fulfillment and healing. There has been a realization for the feminine, for the inner feminine here, that says, if I really want to be with my divine counterpart, if that's you, or if I really want to be happy, then I have to look at the circumstances around me and make a change for myself. I have to take responsibility. I have to take responsibility for my own healing, my own transformation. I can't constantly sit around here and continue trying to kowtow with or engage with or argue with or prove my self-worth to people that really aren't trying to hear it to begin with. I'm surprised we didn't get the Eight of Cups here. Okay, but that's all right. That's excellent. That is so excellent. Okay, guys. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shift over and we're going to clarify some of the masculine's energy here, all right? And so to recap, the masculine has the Angel of Love, okay? So he's working directly with the angels of love in terms of a greater form of self-expression, or developing a greater form of self-expression, or developing the sense of security within self, the sense of unconditional love within self, to really start truly expressing himself as he's truly meant to, and or as he truly wants to, okay? So 5 shuffles here for the after tarot. Let's get into this here. What messages do we have? Clarify the masculine's energy, Spirit. Clarify the masculine, please. Clarify the masculine, please. This is 3. This is 4. Clarify the masculine, please. And this is 5. All right. Clarify the masculine energies at this time, please, Spirit. Overall energy, 7 of Pentacles. And honestly, the first thing that I heard for the masculine here in terms of this is you reap what you've sown. And I think that's really what he's coming to terms with at this time. And I feel like that's why, the angels of love here are with him so closely. I feel like the big thing that's happening for the internal masculine right now is working on getting over the fact that he has reaped certain things that he's sown, and has probably been in denial about that for the longest time, okay? However, I will say that the masculine and the feminine are kind of mirroring each other right now with this Two of Swords energy, because it does kind of feel like moving forward, both the masculine and the feminine are kind of like at a Two of Swords in terms of the past. Like, I'm not even trying to look at that or see that anymore, which is a good thing, okay? Now, clarifying this, in terms of this here, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the 6 of Swords in reverse. This kind of feels like a blockage. Sorry, guys. I've been mosquito hunting. There's a mosquito flying around in here, and I thought I caught it, but I didn't. Sorry about that. Anyway, but I really kind of feel like the High Priestess and the Six of Swords in reverse kind of feels like a past energy. In the past, the masculine was not listening to his intuition, was not listening to his higher self, was not really connecting with or vibing with or trying to even pay any attention to the higher realms. And that's also another thing that we talked about in the first episode here in terms of where the masculine currently is on his own. He is in an energy right now of beginning to open up to spirituality, beginning to open up to the mysteries that and the magic that the feminine embodies, okay? So that was the past. He hasn't been able to move forward. Also, he will not be able to move forward if he does not start to listen to his intuition, to his higher self, to the higher realms. If he does not start to elevate from the three-dimensional vibration, okay? 2 more cards here. The Empress and the Moon. There is the divine feminine right there. Oops, that's not supposed to be reversed. The door to personal healing and happiness. I don't know. I don't really know how that happened, but the door to personal healing and happiness got reversed. But now I'm feeling a message in that. Okay, it really feels like the masculine is not going to be able to open this door to personal healing and happiness until he starts to really communicate or express himself fully and authentically. That is a massive part of his healing process right now, okay? And then with this, you do have the Empress and the Moon. So and here, yes, the Empress would represent the divine feminine. His counterpart, he would be the Emperor, right? But what I'm getting with this, what's happening with the masculine right now is the masculine is coming to terms with unconditional love and how he may have hidden himself from that, how he may have hidden away from that. Okay, the Moon is definitely kind of representing a bit of a revelation here. And this may have to do specifically with the energies of the feminine counterpart. So what's happening here is it really does feel like the masculine is in an energy right now of coming to terms with how he may have mistreated the feminine, how he may have mistreated himself, how he may not have been unconditionally loving towards himself, the illusions surrounding that, his fears surrounding that. And the angels of love are helping him to get to terms with that, to come to terms with that so that he can sink into that energy of unconditional love, the Empress, and nurturance, and so that he can express himself fully and authentically in order to be able to really open up this door to personal healing and happiness. I am being guided to pull one more time for the masculine. Anything else we want to say for the masculine energies right here, right now? Look at this, you guys. And this is why Spirit wanted me to pull one more time. The first card that came out and it fell right on top of the feminine pile. It is, in fact, the Five of Swords in reverse. You guys, the masculine and the feminine are absolutely mirroring each other here. And whereas the feminine is coming to terms with this Five of Swords energy, the masculine has sufficiently given it up and has traded that for union and harmony. Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. Overall energy for the masculine at this time now is the King of Swords. So it's interesting because what I've been feeling, I'm feeling like the feminine and the masculine absolutely influence each other and absolutely bounce themselves off of each other or bounce their energies off of each other. So in the first episode, we were talking about how the masculine is now getting in touch with or in tune with some of the mysteries of the universe and the feminine secrets. And that's because the feminine kind of pulled away from him and has been doing her own work. And that influenced the masculine to go within and figure things out for his own or on his own because he didn't have the feminine energy propping him up. Well, conversely now, the masculine has already given up this Five of Swords energy, given up this fight, given up this revenge or need for revenge or need to one-up somebody or something like that. And because of that, now the feminine has an opportunity to face her own version of this Five of Swords. And for the feminine, that does come through in the realm of deceit. This is really beautiful, you guys. I'm liking this a lot, okay? So I'm going to close this reading out. We're going to get you your oracle guidance from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, yeah? Cool. 5 shuffles here. 1. Closing oracle guidance for the masculine and feminine balance at this time. Please, Spirit, this is 2. This is 3. 4. And 5. All right, closing oracle guidance for the masculine feminine balance, please, Spirit, for this episode 3. We have 2 cards here. 3 cards. This is cool. We have card number 12, the coyote. Card number 16, the eagle. And card number 38, the mystical shaman. This is literally the mystical shaman oracle. What the mystical shaman is saying to me is all about the alchemy and reharmonization and balance and union between the masculine and the feminine, okay? I'm going to read a little bit of these cards. So let's start with card number 12. Okay, let's do this. The invitation for Coyote. If Coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it comes to, or when it appears you are being led off course, off the path, leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this. Coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when Coyote calls your name. Excellent. Next we have 16 in Eagle. The invitation with Eagle says, have you become trapped in your daily routine and feel you do not know where to go and what to do next? Have you lost your sense of purpose? Eagle invites you to take a deep breath and spread your wings. When was the last time you opened them? Eagle reminds you that your spirit was born to soar to the heavens. As you contemplate choices, ask yourself, do I want to live in a chicken coop, sheltered from life, counting the regular feedings, or do I want to soar like an eagle? If your answer is the latter, then you must accept Eagle's invitation and embrace the courage that will help you choose freedom. Beautiful. And finally, the mystical shaman, card number 38, which does boil down to an 11, you guys. Okay, here we go. The invitation with the mystical shaman says, when the mystical shaman appears, you are invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain you to anyone, not even yourself? The way your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Excellent, guys. So there you have it for this episode 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. I am sending you so much love. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you again next time in episode 4. Yeah? Take care. Bye.